What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin, and today we are in the Garage Studios. We're going to be working on the Model Y Studios. Today we are going to be checking out the Tesla branded roof rack. Now, this is not a sponsored video. I actually bought this from another owner who bought it and changed his mind. And so I got a slight discount, not too much of a discount, but good enough for me to think about getting it, and I got it. But basically what it comes with is the two roof racks that go across it's the crossbars. We got an instruction manual, and we got the PPF, or the sticker PPF, to protect your paint or wrap in my case. And then we have like some keys, tools, screws, and all that. It's like if you ever put together some IKEA furniture, this is how they have the bags and stuff separated. It's pretty cool. But the first thing we're gonna do is we gotta clean the roof. It's dirty again. And I gotta look for the arrows. They told me to look for the arrows where it's pretty much the mounting point indicators. And when I looked, there's some leaves and stuff in between the crevices. So we gotta clean that out. But I got my trusty ladder with me, my Rivian truck ladder that I no longer need because I have my running boards. If you haven't seen that video, please check it out. But we're gonna go and clean the roof first. All right, so we're looking for the arrows that are is it engraved? Not engraved, but there's markers underneath the glass, and it's hard to find. So what I ended up doing is I used the phone's light. I don't know if you could see it with the camera, but it's right there. It's in some areas, like if you're in the garage, you may not be able to find it without like shining some light on it, but there's that arrow. There's 4 of them, 2 on each side, and that's where we're gonna line up the PPF film to protect the paint or the wrap, which will go on here. So we need to clean those areas out first and go from there. All right, so this is the PPF sticker, and there are 4 of them, and there's diagrams or images that tell you exactly which side to put it in, and there is those arrows that you line up to the arrows of your roof. Now there's an arrow in front of the image that looks like a vehicle, meaning that is the front side. So we are on the front passenger side, so that will indicate off of this thing that this is the front driver's side, or front passenger side, excuse me. And that's the front driver's side, rear driver's side, and rear passenger side. All right, we have it all installed in the 4 areas. Not a professional, but you know, I really don't like doing these things like with stickers. That's why I can't do wraps or PPFs in the car. Man, I had bubbles on here, y'all. So even like screen protectors, I don't even put them on my phones anymore, because number one, the screens are actually a lot better on phones now. But I'm not gonna, you know, advise if you're careless with your phone not to put screen protectors, but I don't put them anymore because that it's more durable, and I suck at these things. So oh well, it should be okay. I mean, it's just to protect the paint or the wrap or whatever you have underneath the pieces of the roof rack. All right, so the next thing they say is take the clip tool, and you have these metal receivers. It's gonna go in between the glass and a rubber piece. There's 4 of them. So we're gonna go and do that next. All right, I had to bring out the car so I could get sunlight. It was very dark in the garage, even with a light, but this is the first issue I ran into. It's not really an issue, but I guess what's cool is I looked on YouTube and someone actually shared some tips. But the instructions, how I understood it was I'm at fault. I was incorrect, and luckily I went and looked for a YouTube video. But what they want you to do with this like shim is you need it to get underneath that rubber piece, not push the rubber piece like on top of the rubber. So it was hard for me to do it. So what I did is from the windshield, I went in and slid across all the way to here to the position of where the arrow is at. And so that's how I'm going to be able to slide that in. Yeah, so now this is in. You can see that there is that rubber piece. So shout out to Steve Julian. I'll put his video on the video description, the link, because he was able to help me out. But if you have it in the right spot, like you could feel that there's like a hole in there, and if you slide to the left, slide to the right, it stops. There's a little bit of area that you could slide it around, but not much. So don't force it. If it's not sliding like in and under and tucked under, it's in the wrong spot. So, but you can see where the arrow is at, and my imperfected bubbles. But yeah, so that's how it works. So thank you for that video, Steve. All right, so we have the metal brackets, or well, those things in all four corners. Now there is no particular like side or corner. They're all the same. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the rubber pads. All right, so these are the rubber pads. They have diagram or a drawing to let you know which side and which corner they go on. So you got the arrows facing the front, and oh, this is opposite, this way. And they have the 4 circles that indicate the wheels. Focus. And so this one has this colored in, so that means it's the right side front corner. This is the rear right side corner, as indicated by that, like, is it a larger circle or it's colored in, or I don't know, but it just looks different from the other 3 circles. So we have the crossbars out. I thought they were actually the same width, but as you can see here, one is longer than the other, and just the angle and everything is different too, where it curves up. So I have to find out which one goes in the front and which one goes in the rear. So just eyeballing it, actually it's pretty easy. The front is the longer piece, and the rear would be for the shorter piece. It only fits one way. So there's also a sticker on the top that has an arrow pointing to the front, so that side is the front. And these only fit one way, so you can't screw it up. I can't screw it up. So if I can't screw it up, you shouldn't be able to screw up either. But yeah, that's the next thing we're gonna do, and we're gonna tighten it and then put the rear ones on. All right, yeah, like I said, you can't really screw it up, and guess what? I did. So for those with a keen eye, I actually had this rubber piece in the rear and vice versa. So as I was trying to put this in place, I'm like, why is it not fitting? So they made it idiot proof, and I'm the idiot who unproofed it. So it only goes one way, but just always check. But now we have the wing nuts on there, and we need to go tighten it. Hand tighten with this included tool. So according to the instructions, they do recommend tightening it to 2.5 to 3.5. I think NM is like newtons. But we're gonna hand tighten it first and then see how we could go from there. All right, I'm finally gonna put this to use. Shout out to Ben, the EV guy, one of my friends, who recommended this tool for me. But I didn't realize there's like some math involved in this thing, man. And so, all right, reading the instructions to get it to like 2.5 to 3.5 newtons, I'm supposed to turn this dial to the closest, I guess, number. And it's 1.4 to 3.5. And then these numbers up here, I have for 2. So 2 plus 1.34 is like 3.4 nm. So, man, I hope I'm doing this right. I don't want to crack my glass roof, and also I want to make sure it's tightened. All right, next we're going to be locking these with the included Tesla key. And then we put the covers. They say to start from the bottom and snap it in place. So just a note, I'm going to show you what happens. These wing nuts have to have it positioned this way because you can see that there's like an opening right here. When you lock it, there's a little thing that pops up right there. You see it? So when you're tightening these wing nuts, they have to be positioned this way. Otherwise, you can't lock it. So this prevents people from popping the covers and turning the wing nut loose, so they could steal your rack. So just keep that in mind, but make sure it is tight before locking it. All right, well, there you go. We have installed it. There's this nice rubber piece here to prevent things from sliding, I think, for like surfboards and stuff. Or is it a cover for another rail? I'm not really sure. But just wanted to show that to you all. But that's it. Got the roof racks installed. I got some other items I'm going to be mounting on here on other videos. But this part is done. Let me know what you all think. Do you like the way it looks? Now it does come with 2 keys. It's probably a good idea to keep one in the car and one at home. I'm probably going to keep it next to the Tesla cards. And the tool as well, keep it with you just in case you need to do any tightening or removing while you are not at home. All right, so I'm just driving to a Tesla Runs meetup, and I wanted to just share if there was any like wind noise. Now, I don't usually drive with my music off, and I don't really pay attention to it, but now that I am paying attention to it, I am hearing a little bit of wind noise, and I don't know if that is caused by the roof crossbars that I just installed, but I am hearing a little bit of wind noise. I'm thinking it is because I probably would have noticed it prior to the installation, but it isn't, I mean, that bad unless you like to drive with the music off. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that, and stay tuned for the Tesla Runs meetup in Santa Monica Supercharger. This is the first time I'm going to go check it out, so stay tuned for that video. Well, that's it for this video. Hopefully this video helped install. I had to refer to other videos to help me install, but it should be okay. I'm gonna double check with the whole newtons or nm thing at the Tesla Service Center, or I know a few people who have installed roof racks to see if that was something that's very important. I know it could crack the roof because it's glass if you over tighten it, but then if you don't tighten it, like, it could come loose, and it's just bad. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Would you install a roof rack? Would you buy an aftermarket one and not a Tesla one? I just picked it up because I got a discount off of it from another Tesla user. So that's it. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.